Hello and welcome back to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel. My name is Aditi and I'm here to celebrate 24 days to Christmas with y'all. Today I'm using the Stella Wreath Press Plate from Crafty Meraki, and I've just used my Better Press system with the black ink and got a nice impression on my paper right here. I am going to do some quick, easy coloring for the elements of this wreath. So I have a few markers in shades of pinks and reds to color in the poinsettias. I am simply starting off with the lightest color, laying out color petal by petal, adding some depth and details with the darkest color. So I am using three shades of those tones just to build in and add depth and shading for my coloring today. So continuing on, I am going to complete all the poinsettias in one go, starting again, like I said, with the lightest of the pinks, adding details right in the center of the petals and darkening the veins just to bring in a little depth and shadow and shading. So I am going to complete the coloring of the poinsettias off camera, and once that's done, I am going to now color in the leaves. So what I'm going to, before the leaves, I'm going to color in the pine cones, so just a few browns there, and these are tiny elements, so I'm just literally dotting, adding dots with the marker and completing that off to bring in a little color there on those tiny pine cones. And I am going to color in those berries, so I'm going to bring in a little yellow because I thought with the red, green and the brown, the yellow was really going very well. So I'm quickly coloring in the berries with the yellow. Again, these are tiny, so I'm just dotting and placing a little bit of the ink from the marker there. This is quick, easy coloring, and that's what I love about this image. In minutes, I am able to color this image and create a stunning Christmas card, and I love the result. So finishing that off, I am now going to move to the greens and picking the lightest green, adding the flower centers for the leaves along the wreath itself. I am just going to create flicks, so I'm going to outline along the vein, and just in this feathered stroke motion I am going to flick with my marker from the vein outwards, so creating feather like strokes or flicks like I like to call them. I am quickly going to just color in the leaves and the foliage, and I'm repeating the same thing. I am laying out the lightest color first. On top of that, I'm going to go with the mid-tone and then the darkest color. And at places where I have the bigger leaves, I go back in with the mid-tone just to blend in the darkest color so that I don't have any harsh lines. So in that manner, I am just going to continue and color in the remaining parts of the wreath. And I like the fact that I have a nice black impressed outline that works really well for our image today. Again, I impress this onto an A2 card panel directly, just so that I don't have to really cut or mount anything. This is going to be a one layer card, and I think that also is so beautiful. You know me, I love dimension, I love depth and layers, but at the same time, a one layer card like this, I think, also is just truly stunning. So I'm quickly finishing my coloring, and again just a reminder, so I'm here with the 24 days video, but stay tuned to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel because we have tons of inspiration celebrating the Christmas countdown, and people are going to be inspiring you with several products and giving you ideas for holiday card making. So definitely subscribe to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on all of this holiday inspiration. Getting back to my image, I'm almost done coloring it, just adding a few details here and there, and I think that image looks amazing. So I am then going to go back in, add a little bit of the darker color, go back in and blend like I was talking about, and I think that completes it off. Now with that done, I want to bring in a few highlights with the white gel pen. So I am going to use my white gel pen and add just some doodle lines, highlights, streaks here and there, just to complement and add an extra little touch on this colored image. I think the white really makes all of that coloring pop up and adds that extra touch, that delicate touch that we need, making this entire image more dimensional and realistic. So even though it's a one layer card, just with that coloring right there, it creates that sense of dimension, and I quite love that. So with that, I have added the details that I want to this colored image, and I'm going to move ahead to complete this card. So here on my desk, I had a blending brush lying around with some yellow ink, and I thought yellow would be really nice to bring about a glow to this card. So I am just blending in that yellow ink on the edges of the card, kind of framing it, giving it a nice border and that glow and shine. And then I'm moving on to a lime green, a light bright lime kind of green, and adding that just to the edges, not covering in the yellow that I have because that yellow is really giving it a nice glow and shine. Just adding it to the edges and the corners to darken that and frame it further. So what this is doing is it's just pulling our eyes together in that center point where our wreath resides and just bringing our eyes onto that gorgeous coloring of the wreath. So I sometimes for one layer cards love using this technique because it's just so easy and adds a touch of color, a touch of detail and framing that further intensifies the look of our main focal point. So with that done, time for splatters. So I'm going to add white acrylic ink splatters first and then move to gold splatters as well, because gold just adds a nice touch of sparkle and bling for a card like this. So once that is done, I have also just used the Gilded Holiday Expression Sentiments press plate, and I have pressed the sentiments with gold ink, and since that is a one single press plate, I then have sentiments for multiple cards. So I have used gold ink, I have also used black ink and stored these just so that I can mix and match and use it on my card however I like and wherever I like, just making the whole sentiment adding process easy. So I've chosen Merry Christmas. I'm adding some foam strips at the back of the sentiment just to give it depth and dimension. So that is what breaks my one layer card, I would say. But I quite like how the sentiment is hanging in there on the wreath. So with that said, this card is complete and here is a closer look at the card. I really hope that you've enjoyed this quick process video and wishing you all a fabulous holiday season. Take care and bye-bye.